In this video, we'll explore strategies used by students with addition and subtraction. Now, one thing that can be very helpful is the associative property of addition. And what this states is that when we have addition, it doesn't matter how we group our problems and how we add the two numbers together. I could add the first two numbers in the series if it's all addition, or I could add the second two numbers in the series, and I'll get the same solution. And this can make long addition problems much simpler. For example, if I look down here at 2,346 plus 97 plus 3, I can add 2,346 plus 97, but it's much easier to group the right here and get 97 plus 3 because that gives me 100, and then 2,346 plus 100, 2,446. A much simpler way and effective way to go about adding this problem. Now I can check it and make sure, and if I add the two together I get 2,443 plus 3, 2,446. And you have to ask yourself, what's easier? Well, the associative property makes this a lot simpler to add. Now I can use the commutative property as well, which says that when I have addition, it doesn't matter which term comes first when I'm adding, so I could swap the order as long as there's an addition sign in between and make it easier to add. So if I look at this problem, 698 plus 86 plus 2, well, I can add 698 plus 86, but there is an easier way. If I flip the 86 and the 2. Now if I look and say 698 plus 2 is much simpler because that gives me 700, 700 plus 86, 786. And I can verify again. 698 plus 86 is 784, 784 plus 2, 786. Now this can also be quite helpful with using it with derived facts, where students can learn different number combinations to help them out. And this often happens when they know values that add to the nearest 10 and to the nearest 100, and they can break numbers to make them more friendly to work with. So say I have 278 plus 194, and I'm trying to add that. Well, that's not necessarily the easiest number to add. So I can think to myself, what could I split to make it easier? Well, one thing I could do is I could split the 278 into 272 plus 6, because I know 6 plus 94 will give me 100. So then this problem would become 272 plus 6 plus 194. Using my associative property, I can group the 6 and the 194. So then 272 plus 200 is 472. So by splitting into friendlier numbers and then using the associative property, I'm able to solve this problem much more efficiently. Now I could also compensate. Instead I could say, well, I know that 194 is close to 200, but it's 6 too many. So if I did 200 minus 6, I could then say 278 plus 200 minus 6 would give me 478 minus 6 is 472. Both methods are perfectly fine and will give me the same solution, and could be a different way to help your students recognize it. And both of them are going to need the facts of the associative and the commutative property to help them with these addition and subtraction problems.